Good evening, guys. Good evening. We're going to start in just a minute. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So, sound check, mic check, me check, all check. Let me mute myself. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's. I think we have the ORB ranges popping up. Let's see if we got them. Where are my ORBs? It's minus. Yeah, that's right. -5. Why is this not working? $22, $23. Asia low. Asia high. Asia session high. All right, this is going to pop up in just a second. I'll worry about it in a minute. Good morning, good evening. Hi, Rodney. How are you? Wow, what a crazy day today, huh? We left. It was very, very quiet, and then we just blew up with Trump now basically saying it's going to be a couple of weeks, and the whole Iran exercise will be wound down. The jury's still out on that. I'll see when I believe it. But in the meantime, obviously, more or less positive risk, although, it's kind of very haphazard. I mean, we had the big run in the middle of the day, but in Asia, NASDAQ is up mildly, and gold, ran the 725s to 690s. Those are pretty much the levels that we're all trading at. Let me just see something. I wonder if I go to, is it -4? Yeah, there it is, -6. That's what it is. That's why I needed to put this. So this is the Asia session highs and lows, right? Off of here, 715 to 695. So we'll see if we get any kind of run through there. We're positive VWAP, so a run through the highs will definitely let us take the trade. Generally, I think you'd think that the news today should be net positive gold. So hopefully we run the highs here and we get a chance to trade it running the highs. But we'll see. It should be really interesting. I decided I'm going to trade NASDAQ with you guys tomorrow, 8 to 10. We're going to trade the retail sales and the ADP, so I think it should be interesting. We'll definitely do it. We are trading tonight, obviously, for Ola Prime, 30% with code EDGE. Please go ahead and take advantage of it. And obviously, you are also privy to my trading tool, which is I'll show you as soon as we make trades at how useful it is in terms of hopefully giving us some signals. How's your day been? Did you guys trade the rally at the end? That was a kind of a crazy rally. I literally turned around and I'm like, wow, we're up 300 points. I'm like, what's going on? And then, obviously through the news, but then after we the rally didn't have much of a follow through. We stalled out. I wonder how gold traded. So gold actually had a much more durable run. I mean, gold was actually look at this. Gold just had a purely, gold would have been a great trade all throughout the day today. It's probably the most beneficial instrument. I mean, gold definitely would have been the most beneficial instrument. It's a really good point. Like when you have the big macro news, the one that suffered the most is going to benefit the most when the news turns. And gold was definitely that beneficiary. It would have been it was just a pure straight up trade. Every single dot would have been a winner there. So we're sort of like midpoint right now. This is the mid range of the ORB. There's a small sell signal as we're trading. 43 seconds left. I might trade this just to see if we run to a double bottom move, but it's it's one that I'm going to take. If I take the signal, if it holds, I'm not going to be really pressing it as I stay in the trade. But legit signal. After we sort of, we ran the highs, then we crashed to the lows, bouncing back here, seeing if we do a little bit of a double test on the lows here. So I'm gonna, all right, I hit the sell button. Let's see if we get any continuity in gold here. Remember, the cool thing is that I have the partial scale tool at my fingertips, so I can close out quarter. And remember, it's a quarter of the remaining. It's not a quarter of the total. So like you start with 2, then you get out like you have 15, then you have 12. It's a great way to scale out because you're partially scaling out on positive trades. But we'll see if it holds. No, Apex still doesn't trade gold. We're trading gold with Ola. Matter of fact, I'm very, very eagerly waiting for Ola. Ola Prime trades futures now, but they're in the process of getting the really big futures platforms like Tradeovate and perhaps some other futures platforms on board. And that's going to be very exciting. So I'm just waiting to see when they light those up, because we'll be trading those as soon as we have a chance. But for those of you trading MetaTrader 5, obviously you have this incredibly cool tool that you can trade with. So we'll see. All right, very, very tepid. We came in, where's my entry? I sold 75. Yeah, it's just moving. If it gets to around 73, I'm going to start scaling out of the position. But I need to see like 73 on cash basis here to do anything. It's very, it's very quiet right now. But we'll see. Ola Trade CFDs is correct. This is MetaTrader OICO. This is not new. This is MetaTrader with my proprietary trading tool, the One-Click Trader, that I trade with every single night for Ola Prime, where you get to see the ability to be able to scalp out partial exits with just one click of a button. We're in a small short trade over here because we have a signal, but as I said, it's kind of a tepid signal off the mid-range of the ORBs. This is the Asia ORBs at 15 to 95. Those are the .orb settings, and I'm just trying to see if we can slide back down towards the triple bottom over here, see if they test the lows, see how that goes. That's 74. I need to see. I need this to go to like 73.50 bid in order for me to begin. Maybe I can. Let me see. It's very. No, it's just. Or just even 74. Not like just 74 in the bid. Let's see if it can come down. Just watching NASDAQ from the corner of my eye. We're relatively quiet here. All right, I'm going to show you how to scale out. So I'm going to close a quarter. Now my risk is completely guaranteed. I'm at break-even risk, and I've taken a quarter off. Remember, I started with 2. Now I have 15. I sold 5. And then the next scale out will be a quarter of that. So it's very cool because these partial closes. Let's see if I get a additional red dot. I'd love to see this thing come down a little bit more on the red dot. It's very quiet right now. I'd love to see it come down to like 74 bid, because then I can scale out a little bit more. but having the power to just simply have no risk in the position is really, really awesome. Oh, and there it is, and boom, I'm in the. We're flat out. Not much of a signal here. We are in this mid zone, which is what I call the no man's land, and I really have no interest in participating. I really want to see it come down to the middle. That's unfortunate. We just got clipped out here on the move. All right, we're going to go back in. I got it. I have a red dot scale. Let's see if it wants to hold. It's just basically trying to see if I make a run to the bottom. It's not quiet night. Not a lot of action right now. I'm just trying to see whatever I can do. We'll do small sizes. If it flips against us and gives us a white dot, we will reverse our positions. I have no problem reversing positions here. Dots indicator? What about it? It's the same one as always. It's just these are internal versions to me. It has don't worry about that. It's got the same functionality. These are just internal versions for like Twitter functionality and stuff like that. That's why you're reading the end of these indicators and you're going, oh, that's different. They're not. Same functionality, just extensions. I don't know. I don't think there's a strong downward bias or upward bias here. We're basically flat mid-range. Honestly, I think I'm going to flip around right now if this thing holds, because if you look at this, it's actually much more of an upward bias. We have a low, higher low here. That's pretty bullish structure for gold. And I absolutely, I'm going to reverse myself. I'm just going to close all, just get out of position. And if the dot holds, I will get long on this position, because I think it's much, but it's much stronger to go the other way with the trade. This looks a lot more bullish to me than bearish. So buy. We're in the trade. Let's see if we get a run to the upside. Oh shit! Wait, I'm not in. Buy. Oh, sorry. I was buy at bid. I had a bid. Okay, so I'm long both. Okay, that's fine. For some reason I thought I was in. Okay, now I'm both. Where's my stops? 46.67. One of the cool things I said to you is you could actually do like natural stops right over here. Modify, see, and then I can just simply go right back. So now I have a single stop over here, pretty much at swing lows if this thing isn't working. I can also have a natural target at 83, right? 46.83, right? Modify it. Then I got it, and then I can just close this up, and now I'm back to. So he has like total flexibility to trade. Either with pre-configured numbers or with input numbers. This is the latest version. That's really, really cool. As I said, anybody who opens up an Ola Prime account gets this trading tool for free. It's very, very useful. Not just for gold, obviously, for any instrument. We'll trade any instrument on any MetaTrader platform. So we're mildly positive. Above the VWAP, got the green dot. Really, not much going on here, but hoping that the bulls can run the trade, or maybe they can't. This whole area, getting trapped in the middle zone is never a good idea. I'm just making trades to kind of keep you guys engaged. None of these trades are really, really great. I always want to trade at the extremes. But sometimes we don't get to have the extremes. We're not opening at the extremes. We're basically mid-range. we have to find our way to a run. So we just have to be very patient. We'll see where the runs are. Good evening, good morning, everybody. Where's everybody joining me from today? By the way, those of you guys who want to follow me, Iowa, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 79 degrees in Jersey, man. It is so warm today. I couldn't even believe it. California, nice to have you. If you guys want to follow me, be sure to follow me at FX Flow. I actually I was testing out. Looks like it's working. I created, like, first of all the signals are on my X right now. Let me just show you x.com FX Flow. So here's my stream right now, where it's kind of like a very meta, because you're watching me stream myself, like right over here. But in addition to which, I have obviously the VWAP numbers, which I release in gold right now at 47, 24, and 91, which I released, and those are going to start appearing every single session. So we're gonna run those Asia, London, and New York with the VWAP levels on gold. But more importantly, I also now have all these agents go out there and pull up every single brief on Iran, pre-Asia, pre-London, pre-New York. So the very latest stuff that's going on over here, is all up here. So it should be really interesting to see, where everything is happening. If you guys want to just a coverage of the thing, so follow me. All the prop news too. I'm gonna consolidate that too. But having these pre-Asia briefs, which I'm gonna eventually probably just simply convert to regular market news. But for now, it's really all about Iran news. That makes sense. That we should be following. It's interesting. I mean, I guess the Asia. I wonder if by London it's going to pull all the latest U.S. news on halt or not anything else. But even though Trump said they're wrapping it up in 2 or 3 weeks, they continue still bombing them, and you can see all the news of all the targets that are being bombed. So should be interesting. Oops. So we kind of turned. We actually just we're just really just doing nothing, and we'll just have to be patient to see if something develops. Like I said, none of these signals are of any quality, because they're sort of right in the middle. All the really good signals are always at the edges. That's where you really want to trade them. Very quiet here. You guys trade the Nasdaq ramp today? That was actually a pretty good ramp. I had a rough morning with you guys today, and I came back in all the accounts. Not quite up to the $100 per account per day, but like 75 per account per day, which was pretty good. Actually, one of them did go plus 100, but we'll see. See, gold is just really dicking around. I mean, look at these. Look, this is just dealers running stops back and forth. Nobody has any clue. I still think we should be generally positive bid, but anything can happen. Trying to see if we have any fresh news on anything right now. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys heard the guy who was the chief engineer at Anthropic got fired today because he released the whole source code. That was very nice. Asia burns coal as Middle East war sends LNG prices 3-year highs. Huh. Wow, it was really very calm. Iran's IRGC says it attacked the residence of American pilots and crew in Saudi Arabia with a drone and a missile, impacting a gathering of 200 people. I guess it's all false. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just trying to see if there's anything interesting on the news, but not really. Market action is kind of reflecting the very, very quiet Asia trade today. I mean, look at this. We are essentially there's no movement. We're at 407. I mean, if you have a $5 movement over the last hour, you might as well be dead. There's just it's there's no trade here. It just kind of really, really died. Easy and relaxing music. Nice to have you. What are you guys trading these days? What are you primarily trading? Type in gold, NASDAQ, S&P. Let me know what you guys are all trying to trade. We trade a NASDAQ, obviously, every single morning. I'm actually thinking, by the way, guys, we're definitely going to trade 8 to 10 tomorrow. But I'm really very seriously thinking that we're going to move the New York session to a 10 to 11 session. It's just a total fucking waste of time to trade 9 to 10:30. It just generates utterly unnecessary losses because we're trying to take trades on the open. The open is literally the worst time to trade. The only time to trade in NASDAQ is 10 to 11. So I think next week I'm probably not going to trade because it's Easter break. I'm going to be away. When we come back, I'm going to make that a staple. Except when we have news days, then we trade like 8 to 10, something like that. But otherwise, it's just a total fucking waste of our time. I'm so sick and tired of getting churned out, only to have like incredibly clean directional trades from 10 to 11 that we're missing because nobody is on stream. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Oh, we're coming back 706. We really need to. I mean, I want to see this thing run maybe 710. Where am I? I'm at 79. Jesus. This thing is really, really comatose here. Yeah, Cyber says he traded 10:30 to 12 and it was $1,100. That's the trade. I'm just like I think it's we did this because it's kind of a newbie convention, but fuck that. Where I'm done with like um, doing the conventional stuff. I really want to do the good stuff. All right, we're starting to rally a little bit. Let's see. I told you. I told you. I didn't tell you. I said it looked relatively constructive because we held triple highs here, 1, 2, 3. News is generally positive in the sense that Trump is signaling, although who believes anything that comes out of the Iran rhetoric, because everything changes in 5 seconds. But he's generally been pretty consistent, saying we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap this up in like 2 weeks. That's a very, very serious pressure release for gold, which really trades as a risk asset. And so generally that should be supportive. That given the fundamental background, I want to be. I think we run to the 15s. Here I am. By the way, we're like way ahead. So watch me get out of quarter. Watch me. I got in quarter. Right now, I'm like literally only about a quarter of my position at break even. I'm totally at break even on my stops, and I'm going to get out. Hopefully, boom, totally out of everything in profit. And that is the beauty of having this tool. Not only do I get to lock in my profit right away, but I get to guarantee my losses. There's no losses, and then I get to milk the rest of the profit out. So this was a good trade to the upside. We held it nicely. Now we watch the highs. Now I want to see them run the highs. Let's see if they really want to run the session here. Because if they run through the highs, that's going to offer us an opportunity to get longer. Yeah. Hmm. Trying to see if they can run the 15s. That's the next level of potential runs for us. Who was the algo? Who was saying that there was a short here at this level? Was somebody in the comments was saying that these levels are for shorting? Oh, algo was saying these levels are for shorting, not for long. I guess they weren't. I guess they were there for longs. As I told you, the reason I liked it on the long side algo is because we had a low, higher low, and it just held. It just held mid, and they took the dip, they held it, and now they're going to run the session highs. And the fundamental background is generally positive if you sort of assume that the hostilities are coming to an end, which I don't assume, which I don't think is going to happen. But at least that's the headlines. Some of the markets are kind of trading that way. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm just looking to see, what gold was doing in the first hour. It was very, very choppy. It was sort of 10-point move up, 20-point move down, and then a big, big collapse. Look at that. There was a $25 drop in 1 minute. Just really, really big drops. All right, now we're starting to run the highs. If this holds the high, we'll go long on this trade on the assumption that they're going to try and run the through the ORB session, ORB levels. We'll see. No, don't know anything about that prop firm, Saber. I'll take a look at it. Okay, we're touching the highs, but not through it. Obviously, we're using the futures as our reference point. And let's see what it wants to do. $7.30. Not really a lot of follow through, right? Very, very quiet trade. NASDAQ trading a little firmer, actually testing the 24,000 on Futes. That's the next level on NAS. All right. All right, we'll go long here. Why not? Let's go. Give it a shot. Kind of breaking through here. We still have a long way to go towards the session highs. The ORB makes the session. We'll see. We'll see if it holds. Pushing up a little bit. Oh, it's interesting. It's like a little bit of a delay between the Futes and the spot. Futures are inching higher, but the spot is not. NASDAQ sweeping the 24,000 right now out of the corner of my eye. So we're definitely positive risk right now. Wow, it's a really bad fill on the CFD, man. It should have been here. It should have been like $1 lower. It really filled me like $1 higher. Oh no, even like $2 higher. 15 to 17. That was a really bad fill. All right, hopefully we rally through the 20s to 25s here. Yeah, what's your buys tomorrow for futures, Chuck? Are you positive futures? I mean, they're sweeping them now. They're really are running them nicely on the Nasdaq side, which is kind of cool. Just watching them out of the corner of my eye here. All right, we're breaking through a little bit higher on the thing. I'm going to just get off at quarter here. Again, just quarter up, only because this thing is just so slow, and I really want to protect my position here a little bit. Nasdaq has had a very nice strong run right now through these session highs. All right, I'm back to break even. Capture a little bit of gold. Basically, the ORB was good for about $3 on futures, only about $1 on CFDs. You really can't wait to trade futures with you guys on Ola Prime when it's going to be really cool for us to capture a lot of the stuff. But even on the CFD side, it's great. We're capturing the best we can. But we are absolutely positive risk as we open the session. I still think like if I get a green dot trade here, a green dot candle, I'm going to go long it because I think we'd run the highs. The general bias here looks pretty positive. Gold. It's just a matter of buyers finally stepping into the market. I just muted the ORB levels because we kind of went through them right now. I just want to look at the dots and see if I get a dot trade over here. Green dot trade here. If this holds, I'll go long on the assumption that we try to run the highs here, give us a little bit of a chance of momentum. But you can see that the price action is very quiet. I miss the days when we used to do $100 a minute in gold. Remember those crazy days in December when we had like, $100 candles. Everything was moving so wildly. It was great days. So much fun to trade that. Oh, we run through. Okay, let's go buy it. Big burst up. So let's see if we get some continuity here. And we do. We're getting some nice continuity. So let's close out a quarter. Close out a quarter. Close out a quarter. Bank it in. Bank it in. Bank it in. Bank it in. It was a big run. Okay, and then basically we captured. So good. We just captured as much as we possibly could here. As you can see, my instinct that we're going to run the highs worked out pretty well. And with the instant close, I was able to really capture as much of it as I could. As I said, everything is totally free here. If you just open an account with Ola Prime, any size prop account, I will give you this tool, and you can use it like I do to really control your exits. It'll be impossible for you to do this with any other way. And and of course, I'm trading it super small. I'm trading in tiny little batches. But if you could trade it at 10 times the size, and you would have been able to capture probably about $500 with very little stress on the moves. All right, Nasdaq is turning. Everybody's coming off the 24,000. Gold is kind of stalling too. Now I'm really not going to, unless we run the highs, I'm just kind of not interested in any more trades here. The good trade was the run up. We captured as much of that as we could. We captured here, we captured there. You can see us capturing everything on the charts here. We took what we could. So don't forget, 8 o'clock tomorrow, right? 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to put up the links very, very soon for the New York session trade. Asia session trade, I think we pretty much captured whatever run we had here using the dots and the tool. You guys got a chance, as usual, to benefit from all of it. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying it. Any questions? I'm going to open mic here for the next 5-10 minutes. You have any market questions? Any scalping questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'm going to be chilling because I don't think I'm going to be taking any more trades here. Unless we have a sharp move through the highs, I'm not going to be reacting anymore because we're pretty much done with the leg that I wanted to trade. Trying to see if we run the 45s. Let me show you the ORB, by the way, and how well that worked. Pierce through. That's essentially the trade that we're trading, the pierce and the through, right? I just simply took my profits a little bit quicker. But I think what I'm going to do actually with you guys maybe tomorrow and definitely when I come back is we'll try to trade 2 positions. I wonder if maybe 2 charts. I think I'm going to do it on 2 charts. The way to do this is we trade 2 different charts. One of them, we're going to just simply trade to target. The other one, we're going to do partial exits. And you get to see the difference, the difference in the execution and the structure. But the setup was just golden. Pierce through, right? The ORB really, really worked very, very well on the trades here. Okay. What's the name of the trading? Sorry, I can't read. I got to put my glasses on. Trading pad. Trading pad? Do I use I use AI to write all of my tools and my indicators and then analyze them. So it's a lot of AI that, a lot of AI. And if you're in my coaching, I'm going to show you Thursday some very, very interesting AI analytics that I use. Algo, I don't know what you mean by trading pad. You mean this, like this? This is a proprietary tool that I wrote myself for MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4 that lets me, trade at a click of a button. Press buy sells with stops, targets, partial exits, whatever I want, lets me do. Yeah. So this is, and it's totally free to anybody who signs up with our partners at Ola Prime for their prop account. So if you open a prop account with Ola Prime, I send you this so you can trade the MetaTrader 5 off their platform and enjoy it. All right, we're off the highs, guys. We're relatively quiet. I'm going to wrap up because I got to do a million different things. I will be tomorrow, 8 to 10 news. We're going to trade ADPs. We're going to trade NAS. We're going to trade retail sales. So I will see you guys there with bells on. Otherwise, we're sort of very, very quiet on gold here. Just nothing much going on here. I do think eventually it goes through 20. I think it's still a bullish bias, but watch the highs. Let it take the highs before you commit any kind of trades, or at least let the dots come into play here. Right now, we don't even have the dots on our side. All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Be sure to get the Ola Prime accounts. I'll be happy to send you the trading tool as part of it. Everybody, take care. Bye bye.